no good. Better than the telling me the check's no good.
What is up, guys? This is going to be the first video in a new video series I'm doing documenting my life and what I do on a week-to-week basis as an 18-year-old agency owner making $20,000 per month. Now, before we get into the video and show you guys what the routine looks like, what we're actually working on, what we're doing to grow the business, I want to give you a quick intro on myself and kind of who I am. So I am 18, obviously. I'm supposed to be in high school right now. I ended up graduating a semester early, and I moved from Charleston to Chicago. And I'm now in this building with this amazing view. It's actually the tallest residential floor for this building, or the highest residential floor. Again, should be in high school right now. So this just shows you what the power of an agency is and how good or how quickly an agency can change your life. I started this agency in, I think, July. So it's been 7 or 8 months now, and I'm making $20K a month, living on my own in Chicago. So pretty crazy, but that's a very brief kind of intro. What I'm doing with my agency is helping local service businesses generate more leads, grow their businesses. And I've actually started a local business myself. You guys will probably see some clips of me working on that throughout the week as well. But the main focus is the agency, just because that's what generates most of the revenue right now. And I'm looking to scale the agency up to probably 40 to 50K per month, and then go more focused in or more all in on my own local business. All right, it is midday Monday. The sun is shining down. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on kind of what we've been working on today, what the day has looked like. Typically what I do is 5 or 6 hours of work in the morning, and then I'll start to eat around 11 to 12, just depending on the day. And also go grab an energy drink. That's what we've got right here. These are amazing if you don't already have them. Some of what we worked on today was some client work. We did sign quite a few clients in the past 2 weeks, so we've been getting their accounts stabilized, getting them rolling. Once you're about a month in, typically your clients are just going to kind of stabilize and you don't have to touch their account so much, but you do have to put the work in to get to that point. And then we just finished scripting out a YouTube video actually for my agency. One of the big ways that I get clients and nurture leads from Facebook, from other methods of getting demos, is through YouTube videos, but for the agency. This is obviously a new channel, but I do have an agency channel. If you're running a marketing agency, 100% hands down would recommend starting YouTube. It does take a bit of time to get rolling, but once you have it rolling, it's gonna be massive for your retention. Your clients are gonna go watch the videos, you'll build trust. It's gonna be massive for getting new clients, because as you build a following, even if it's not much, I started getting clients from it when I only had 20 subscribers. So start a YouTube channel. But yeah, that's kind of what we've been working on today, just setting up some client accounts, getting them rolling, and then scripting out this YouTube video, which I'll be filming later. And then I think later today we've got 2 sales calls, and then I'll be calling some leads, seeing if we can book a couple more. But other than that, pretty back-end focused day, not a ton of active sales calls. So that'll change. Typically Monday's slower for sales calls, and then Tuesday to Thursday is a lot more busy. All right, what is up? It is now 10:30 at night, checking back in one last time for the day. I know I didn't really give you guys many updates today. I was on the grind, working hard, but I've now just booked a trip to Miami for like 1 month from now, and I'm gonna be selling my course to all of you retards once I am there. So I'll catch you in the next clip. All right, it is about midday Tuesday right now. I was supposed to be collecting an $1,800 payment for a retainer that I closed last night. He didn't want to do it at that price, so I offered him to do $1,350 for the first month and then pay in full for 3 months after. He said okay, and then 6 minutes before the onboarding and cash collect call, he said we need to reschedule to tomorrow. So this is kind of the reality of being an agency owner. You're not always going to have a bunch of easy sales or anything like that. Sometimes you really have to work to get those sales, but it's typically worth it in the end, especially if you sign that client and they stay with you for 6 months, 7 months, a year, or even more. Now, just to give you guys kind of an overview on what I'm working on right now, it's about 12:30, so not the best time for calling leads. Typically, I like to do client work and back-end work, scripting ads, that type of thing, in the early morning, midday, and then late night. So typically from like 11 to 1, 2 p.m.-ish, what I'm doing is eating lunch and then more back-end work. And then mornings like 8 a.m. until 11, I'm usually calling leads, trying to book demos, trying to close sales. And then from like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., until 6, 7, same thing. Demos, calling leads, trying to get some sales. So what I've just done is actually launch a new campaign for a client of mine in California, and I'm about to be working on 3 client launches who I've just signed, 1 this week and 2 of them last week, getting them live. So quick update on kind of what I'm doing right now. Now I did also want to kind of check in with you guys and just say, like, the biggest, most important thing, if you want to start an agency, scale up, and get something like this at 18, is put the work in on what matters. So at the end of the day, I see way too many new agency owners doing everything except sales. And that was a big mistake that I made. I was trying to run an agency for over a year before I ever started making any good money. And the reason is I wasn't doing the outreach. I wasn't focused or locked in on sales the way that you need to be in order to scale an agency. So when you're first starting out, the number one most important thing above anything else is finding a way to book demos and close demos. Something that I really struggled with when I started was knowing what to work on. Because I always felt like there was no work to do, and I wanted to work. Like, I wanted to work as much as I could, but I didn't know what to work on. And the answer is pretty obvious. It was right in front of you the whole time. The thing you need to work on is nothing except getting sales. From 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. when you're just starting out, nothing except for sales. And then in those other hours, what you should work on is finding new ways or improving your current way to get those sales calls booked, and also ways how you can improve the sales call when you're on it. If you do that, you're going to quickly sign clients, you're going to quickly hit those 5, 10K months, and then be able to start to step back and not have to focus all day on sales and have other tasks, get employees who can help out with that. So that was a quick check-in. I will see you guys in the next clip. Also, don't know if I'm gonna end up showing this, but last night I ended up booking a trip to Miami for like mid next month, actually like a month from now. So that will be good, and you guys will see that in the vlog in about a month. What is up, guys? It is Wednesday now, mid-morning. I've just finished up a work session of calling leads. So I just wanted to check in, kind of show you guys how much we've made Wednesday, about halfway through the week, and then also to show you kind of what the routine looks like and explain more about what we've been working on. So right now I'm gonna pull up the agency Stripe account, show you how much that's made. Now the auto styling, which is mostly processed through Zelle and Cash, we've booked in 4 jobs this week, so that's gonna be $400 in deposits. We completed 1 job and a second is about to be completed, so that's another $2K. And then there's a 3rd and 4th that are also gonna be completed this week. Now let me load up the Stripe real fast and show you. So month to date right now, so far this month, we are sitting at 14 grand. I don't know how well you can see that. And then if I go and filter this down to just this week, then we are at 2.25K or $2,250. We've also got a recurring payment coming in today for $500, and then another one coming in tomorrow for $750. So it'll put us at about $3,500 for the week without any new cash collected, which I should be getting because I've got 2 calls tonight and then a few calls tomorrow as well. Now, what we've been working on this morning has mainly been calling leads and then getting some of the new clients set up. This month has been super good. Already signed 5 new clients. We're only 11 or 12 days in, so it's a very strong start to the month, but it does mean I've got a lot of onboarding tasks, a lot of ads set up to get done, which isn't really that difficult. Honestly, it probably takes me about an hour to 2 hours per client to set them up. But that's some of what we've been working on. And then also, of course, calling the leads. Booked an auto styling job in today. That's $1,000. And calling agency leads, trying to set some demos. And now I'm headed out to the gas station, so I might record while I'm there. Or I guess it's a CVS, not a gas station. And I also might not, so we'll find out in a moment. All right, what is up, guys? I have just picked up my daily energy drink, and you can see this amazing views that we've got around here. Headed back to the apartment to get some more work done right now, but just wanted to give you guys kind of a look into life, see what I do when I'm not working, and also give you a quick piece of advice. So something that took me way too long to realize is that you need to focus on the productive work, not the busy work. Because you can spend 12 hours a day working and make 0 progress, and you can spend 12 hours a day and bring your business from 10,000 a month to 10,000 a day in an instant, just like that. And that's exactly what I did when I changed what I was focusing on. So my business was stuck between 10 to 15K a month for basically 5 months. Then I changed my focus to sales, which is what really mattered in my position. I had already had decent systems in place, so I didn't need to work on that nearly as much. So when I started focusing more on the sales side of things, booking appointments, closing those appointments, and maximizing my ads and getting as many clients in as possible, I hit my first $10,000 day within the first like 9-10 days of actually treating the business like that and focusing on the important things. Now, it does feel really weird to be recording myself in the middle of the street. This is the first time I've ever done it, but wanted to give you guys that quick insight. Be productive, not busy, or else you're gonna get stuck wherever your current revenue is, working on the wrong things and just spinning your tires. All right, it is Thursday now, so we're getting to the end of this week. Just wanted to give you guys a check-in, show you what we do at 9 a.m. every day. Team meeting with the call team, so that's who actually calls my clients' leads for them if they do choose that option, qualify the leads, and then transfer them over. Now, if you're a new agency owner, I would not recommend starting this up just because it does take a long time to dial in and get to the point where it's actually making sense for both you and the client. It's a lot of training to build out the initial SOPs, standard operating procedures, and it's also a lot of training actively for you on the call to go ahead and make sure that that ISA is trained. It's gonna take you probably a month, maybe more, to get your first one fully dialed in. Once you've got that one dialed in though, and they're doing well, it's relatively easy to replicate it when you do expand the team and hire new people. So that's just a quick check-in, kind of what I do at 9 a.m. I know I haven't recorded that yet this week, but that is a daily recurring meeting, and he just joined up, so I'm gonna let him in and see you guys later. All right, we are ending the day off right now. I just wanted to give you guys a quick check-in, kind of how the day went. So today we got one recurring payment for like $575. Nothing crazy, but you know, nice to have that recurring cash without having to do any work. We had one client for the auto styling shop job get complete. Collected that. That was $1,020. Yeah, $1,020. And then we signed one new client for the auto styling shop, collected a $150 deposit, and he's booked in for next Friday, so about a week from today, and that will be a $1,000 job. So very good there. About $1,700 cash collected, $2,270 with deal value included, so not a bad day at all. Now, we also had one client who so close to signing. He was supposed to pay tonight, he didn't. We've got the onboarding call scheduled tomorrow, so fingers crossed that he pays there. We will just have to figure out, see tomorrow when the day comes. If he does pay, that'll put the agency at $18,000 so far for the month, and we're only 13 days in. Also have a $4,000 payment, not next week, but the week after, that should be coming through, potentially next week, that should be coming through. So that will put us at $25K basically after next week's normal recurring payments. And if we signed any new clients, we could potentially be at $30K by the end of next week, or definitely the week after. So again, we'll have to see. Now, I want to kind of circle back to what I was covering earlier today about being productive, not busy. It is super important. Again, you can work all you want, but you need to make sure you're working on the right things. And I actually think you should work as much as humanly possible. But again, you need to make sure that your work is always on the proper things that are pushing the business forward, or else you're not going to make any progress. You're not going to make the money that you want, and you're just going to be spinning your wheels for absolutely no reason, which is never a good thing. So if you're starting an agency of any kind, which I'm assuming if you're watching this, probably interested or have an agency, then the number one thing you need to focus on is going to be just outreach. Or just sales, I should say. So that's setting appointments and closing appointments. Nothing else matters until you're doing at least $30,000 to $50,000 a month. So you need to just lock in on calling leads, building a team to call leads for you, DMing leads, whatever you're doing to get new leads, setting them into appointments, and then maximizing your close rate on those appointments so that when you actually get on the demo, when you get on the sales call, you're closing those clients. Retention can be a big issue. The big thing for retention is going to be text leads daily, weekly check-in calls, and then just run ads. Super simple. You just need to do the work, and the work is 90% of the time going to be the uncomfortable work, which is calling and closing leads. You're going to want to get distracted on fulfillment. You're going to want to get distracted on building a website, all these things that do not matter at all. But if you want to grow your business and you want to quickly scale, you need to do only the two things that I've told you a million times in this video, And the reason I'm stressing on it so much is because I worked on the wrong stuff for so long. I spent a year building my SMMA before I ever even hit a $4,000 a month, which is crazy because now I don't have any different skills or any different knowledge than I did before. The only thing that's different is that I'm working on different things. I'm working on calling my leads. I am working on constant communication with my current clients, and I'm working on getting better at sales so that I can close more demos. Now this month, my closer is over 50% at an average retainer of over $1,000, meaning 2 people get on a call with me, I'm closing one of them and they're gonna start paying me $1,000 a month. Then the goal just becomes how many times can I get 2 people to get on a call with me? And typically I can do that every 2 days, as long as I'm locked in on ads and I have my show rate dialed in. So that's kind of just a quick summary, a quick recap of something super important that you need to make sure you're focused on if you wanna have success with your agency. And honestly, there's a lot of people that will tell you not to work 12-hour days. I don't think that's correct at all. I think you just need to not work 12-hour days if you're gonna work on stupid stuff like I used to do. You don't need a fancy website, don't need a crazy logo, don't need all these little system things that don't matter until you're making enough revenue. A lot of agency owners will get stuck building systems when they're only making $10,000 a month. You don't need any systems to scale to $30,000 a month. 30 to 50 is when you're going to need to start building systems so that you can have better retention and more consistently get clients. But 0 to 10, 10 to 30, it's just sign as many clients as possible and at least have 30% or lower churn. So quick recap for the day, quick kind of explainer, what you need to do, what you need to focus on when you're building your agency, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, it is Friday morning right now, and Fridays are super cooked for me, and I'm about to show you why. Right now, I've got 24 active clients, and I have 10 to 15 minute check-in calls weekly with almost every single client. There's a few who've been with me for a while, don't really need those check-ins because we're just rocking and rolling, but most of them I do have weekly check-ins with, and if you're starting or you're new to an agency, even if you're not new to an agency, and you struggle with high churn, I would strongly recommend weekly check-in calls. It's gonna keep you and your clients in the loop with each other. And anytime they have an issue with something, you can go ahead and address that issue, either kind of resell them and explain why it's not an issue, or make the needed change to actually solve the issue. Now you can see here on Friday, I don't know if you can see this is pretty much the calendar for today. So from 8:30 a.m., so I've actually already started my calls up until 9:45 p.m. I do have calls. The 9:45 is a sales call though. My check-in calls actually end at 5:15. And then I've got a onboarding where I should be collecting a $1,500 payment, a sales call at 6:30 and a sales call at 9. Hopefully I'll be able to book another call in for like 7:30 p.m. and then have 3 calls today, get some extra cash collected and potentially hit $20,000 14 days into the month. So we will see. It is about 9 p.m. on Friday night, just finished cooking some ground beef, some type of greens, some black beans. Rice is almost finished up. Just hopped off a sales call. Pretty sure like 90% he's gonna be closing, paying on Monday. So about 3 days from now. You can see amazing view right now outside, super great. And there's a ton of people on the street right now, I believe celebrating St. Patrick's Day, but we've got some more work to get done at the computer once dinner is wrapped up. And that's really what's gonna be the difference between the people who make it and who don't with their businesses. Who's out there right now partying, and who's actually getting the work done that needs to be done and getting it done quickly. That's really the difference maker, because I had multiple friends who were in the same position or better than me just 6 months ago. And none of them now are making anywhere near as much as I am. And the reason is because I was working on the right things. I was doing what I needed to do and working as much as possible. While they weren't necessarily working as much, they weren't as focused on individual things. And their time was just going in the wrong places. And again, they just weren't really locked in. And because of that, just 6 months later, the people who were ahead of me are now far behind. All right, I'm about to be wrapping up the night. It's Friday, it's about 10 p.m. and I was just actually texting with a friend of mine. I actually just finished recording a YouTube video. It's uploading right now. And I was just texting with a friend of mine, looking at my numbers for this week, because I always track daily revenue, daily inputs, seeing what I need to change, what I need to adjust. And that way I can look back not only day after day, but week after week to see what am I doing differently, what inputs am I not doing, what inputs am I doing that caused a certain change or a certain shift in revenue. And this week, right now, I'm only sitting at $6,733. Last week I was at $11,485. Now, to be fair, we still have one more day left in this week. So, it's gonna go up. But, looking at that $6,733 is almost upsetting. Whereas 6 months ago, to make that in a month, much less a week, I would have been super, super excited to make that much money online without any physical business. And, it's an extremely high profit business. So most of that is getting taken home. But at this point, the bar is just higher. What I should be doing every single week is just a higher number. And ultimately in business, that's a super important thing. And I think that's been important for me throughout the entire time. Anytime I was below 10K a month, I just didn't feel good. I always was putting all the work in to consistently hit 10,000 a month, right? And now that I hit a 10K day and 11.5K week, that's the new bar. I feel like I need to be hitting at least 10,000 every single week. And I want to be making 50K next month. Next month needs to be a 50K month, which means I need to consistently hit 12.5K, which is going to be a record week. But with the bar set at 10K, I know that I've got extra inputs that I need to be doing. So I can adjust the daily input tracker to make sure that I'm getting all of those done. And it shows in the weekly results what I'm getting done and what I need to change in order to actually hit the numbers I want. Now in deal value, I am at 11,500, whereas last week I was only at 12,700, just a lower cash collected percent this week since a lot of the money is coming from the auto styling business. So there's two sides to it, but ultimately I just wanted to come on and record this quick clip because perspective is such an important variable in your businesses and in your life. Like seeing that I'm now disappointed in a $6,700 week on one hand is kind of crazy because I'm 18 and I should be in high school right now. But on the other hand, I made over $10,000 last week. So to me, I should be doing that every single week. And I ultimately think that's one reason why I'm putting these numbers up and why I'm continuing to grow every single month. So just wanted to film that quick clip for you guys and I'll catch you in the next one. It's Saturday midday and I'm about to be posting this video. I'm going back through editing it right now and it's kind of retarded, but I'm gonna be posting it anyway because I want to have a personal brand that makes me money. So even though the video is retarded, I'm sure I'll get better as I go. And I'm just gonna have to suffer with whatever dislikes or hate comments come through for now until I figure out how to do good videos and good content. And then I will make money from the personal brand, so it's a long-term investment. Same thing with the agency. The content started off terrible for that, lots of dislikes, lots of bad comments. And then as you go and you get better, you get leads, you get likes, and you grow a brand in the space, which is super, super valuable for signing clients and for making money. So it's gonna be the same idea with the personal brand. Now, if you wanna join my completely free Discord, then there's gonna be a link in the description below. I have nothing at all to sell you. I'm not a guru, I don't sell a course. So just trying to connect with like-minded agency owners. Join that below and I'll talk to you there.